So Trish from Love and Marriage Huntsville did an interview with Minaj on YouTube last night. Now, before this interview, I thought Trish was the type to, eat crayons at the back of the class, when she was growing up. But now I think I like Trish about 21% more than I did. Exactly. I thought, the comments was crazy. We gonna talk about those. We also gonna talk about Mena. Mena didn't apologize to Nicki Minaj. She finally said, for those of y'all who don't know, Mena was married to Safaree, and Safaree is, Nicki Minaj's longtime, girlfriend or whatever. So I guess she was apologizing for being stigmatized or stealing her lines. I don't know, but we gonna talk about it. We also gonna talk about Young Joc, because they saying that Young Joc and Kendra, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, might be getting a divorce, child. I don't know if Young Joc, I hope you ain't got another baby on the way. And Kendra just fed up, this is your 47th baby mama, and bitches ain't got time. I don't know, but we gonna continue to talk about it. If y'all ain't went over there, I just posted my Married to Medicine review this morning. This episode was good. We was talking about whether or not Contessa or Heavenly was down bad. But let's get into some shit. I'll drop the timestamps in the comments. Y'all know, get your little drink. Are y'all off this week? Are y'all off for Christmas week? I know a lot of people off, girl. I'm working from home. I'm on my lunch break now. I'm trying to decide if I should go to the gym or if I should go to brunch. I keep saying if I go to brunch, I'll go to the gym later. But I know if I go to brunch, the way the reposado's working, I probably ain't even gonna go to the gym. Y'all, I'm sorry I keep touching my hair. Y'all know this bob is new. Why am I always, I don't know how to necessarily curl the bob, but I'm always concerned that I'm gonna be like, remember when Dee was talking about Claudia Bob? I'm like, oh, I don't want to end up like that. I don't want to be Claudia Jordan. Anyway, I'm so stupid. Girl, first of all, so I went down to the trenches of Bessemer only for a minute. I didn't stay that long, child. Like I said, the chitlin juice be getting all over my car seats and shit. And that shit ain't gonna never get, the smell be stuck in there for months. Nah. So we went down there. Wanda basically was saying, fuck Martell. She drugged the girl, called her every slur, whore, 304, hook at the point type of girl. And why did they post some... They posted some pictures of the girl. I guess they found her Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And y'all thought she looked bad in that interview. Tisha, if you do think Marsau was really messing with that girl, child, you need to beat his ass just for messing with a bitch that's beneath you. And being beneath Tisha is a feat. But I guess. Anyway, she said that basically she thinks, she alluded to the fact that Martell gonna be in court. The Scots gonna sue him. The Scots gonna sue Martell. But what do Martell have to sue for? He can't even keep Arionne in a new outfit. He can't even keep this bitch hair done. You think he got money to, girl? And last time we checked, the Scots can't sue anybody because Maurice is still in a damn lawsuit. And fucking Marsau and them, they can't even afford the proper PPE at Scott Manor. So I digress. Do y'all think the Scots gonna go ahead and sue Martell and them for defamation or slander, whatever it is, for saying, they was doing threesomes from the front to the back, to the side to the side? Anyway, let's get on to Trish interview, child. So like I said, Trish sat down with Minaj, shout out to Minaj, on her channel and did an interview late last night. I was cooking in between time and in the meantime, but I was listening the whole time. What were the key points? She said she worked for NASA for 18 years. I told y'all she was an engineer. So shout out to Trish. I didn't like how other people was trying to demean the fact. even though she seemed really awkward and stuff like that, the fact that so many people was like, I can't believe she an engineer. I can't believe she an engineer. Child, y'all wouldn't, the way I act when I'm outside, you wouldn't believe that I'm as educated as I am. Exactly. You got to be able to separate a person's persona or their attitude or whatever from their actual education and their career. And I used to work in IT. She's an IT professional. A lot of technical genius type of people are socially awkward. I've learned that. My ex-husband was a systems analyst. Very, very awkward socially. You would think he was dumb as a bag of rocks, but you get him in front of a computer and he'll hack into, you know, the FBI database. Ooh, that's a joke. That's a joke, FBI's. The FBI's, if you out there, child, that is a joke. Anyway, but so it's totally, I mean, like I said, I know a lot of really intelligent people who are just socially awkward like that. So I was like, you know, even though we don't like Trish, not y'all trying to diminish this lady's accomplishments and achievements. How many black women you know work for NASA? The fact that this interview had me defending Trish, I was like, okay, well, that's a good job. Exactly. Anyway, she started talking about Marquez. They were high school sweethearts. A lot of the stuff that we already know. They was high school sweethearts. She wasn't there for her when her parents passed away. If y'all didn't know, her parents passed away and her sister passed away like in a short window of time. She broke down the fact that Marquez, he left. Well, they got a divorce. They were growing apart. Marquez moved upstairs to the other part of the house. But you know what was fun? She said he was rarely there. His Marquez's father used to have to come and like take his son to school and shit like that or whatever. And Marquez, she said he was just in and out of the house. He was always in some friend business. This one friend, and it's not a girl, because I think she would have said it was a girl. So she's alluding to the fact that it's some male friend that he had that he was up under 24/7, even more so than being in the house and being there for her. So it gave me, she said this multiple times. So do you think he was messing with the dude, the friend? That's kind of the tea I was getting or whatever. She said one thing that made my eyebrow arch. She said he would bring dangerous stuff in the house, and at one point she locked him out of the house and he was climbing through the window. So I was like, what dangerous stuff was he bringing in the house? She was like, stuff that shouldn't be, she said stuff that shouldn't be in the house around kids. So was he bringing weapons into the house, or was he bringing drugs into the house? You know what I'm saying? That was a little odd to me, because a part of me feels like maybe it wasn't weapons, because if Ken allegedly pulled out a pow-pow on Marquez, it's not like you're beyond people having weapons around. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder, like, is she talking about drugs, or what dangerous stuff that did he bring in the house that shouldn't be around kids? Girl, she also said that she said Marquez was really out in the streets doing him. He wasn't worried about her. They barely would see each other. That's why the daughter act like she really don't know Marquez, because Marquez was never around. Girl, she said one time she was washing the clothes and found some lingerie in the laundry. Trish, for you to be acting like Billy Badass, that was the time when you should have literally knocked that motherfucking gray eyeballs out of his eyes in between the washer and dryer. His eyes would have been my color when I got through with him. Exactly. Not lingerie. I don't care if we separate. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't know. But to me, it was kind of like, oh, she kept saying Marquez was really out here doing him. Marquez was really out here doing him. So Marquez, was you really out there doing you? And then that's when she met Ken. So fast forward to the part where she talked about meeting Ken. She said that Ken, when her sister passed, Ken hopped in her DMs and was like, I'm sorry for your loss. But she didn't know him. They hadn't met, none of that. Then she said when she finally did meet him at the gym, he ran from her or whatever. But after he gave her the condolences, he was trying to get some condolence coochie. Trust me, Trish, I know exactly. I didn't have people pass around and dudes trying to come get that. Don't let it. They trying to You can cry on my shoulder and let me get some of that condolence coochie. Exactly. Anyway, but I guess it worked because Ken snuck his little way in. So she said she met him at the gym and shit. So she said she met Ken in 2019. On Dr. Heavenly's podcast, Marquez said that in 2019, 2020, that's when he moved upstairs. He didn't move out into his own place until later on. So if you met Ken in 2019, when Marquez said he found out that y'all was texting and writing emojis and stuff on Instagram, then that was right. And when he said allegedly that Ken said something about chocolate or some shit like that, and when he confronted Ken, Ken said, ask your wife. Okay, so that goes in line with what Marquez told us. That you was talking to Ken when he was still in the house, whether y'all was separated or not. And him and Ken had a back and forth. But then on the other hand, Marquez, if I didn't see lingerie in the laundry, it's a blessing that you're not in a coma. So the least of your worries should be me trying to talk to the chocolate nigga at the gym. So I don't know. But you know, like I said, both of them seem awkward. So I could see them going tit for tat, doing the same things. They act like brothers and sisters, low-key. Anyway, so what else happened? So Minaj was asking her about when she met Martell and when she went over to Martell house. That's when shit got fuzzy. That's when I had to grab the wine and really focus on drinking to understand what the fuck she was talking about. Cause she said that she went over Martell house in March. She said in March I went over his house. In April, that's when him and Melody divorce was finalized. Melody and Martell got divorced in 2021. But then she said Martell hopped in her DMs 5 years ago. So if Martell hopped in your DMs 5 years ago, Martell hopped in your DMs in 2019, the same year that Ken hopped in your DMs. Your DMs was cracking in 2019. And now we know that Chris Fletcher gave her the information. So this is my whole thing. If you did go over Martell's house in March, that means you was dealing with Ken at the time you went over Martell's house. So Ken, if you keep talking about this before me, no, it wasn't before you, bitch. Maybe you want to believe it was before you, but it wasn't before you. It was at the same time. It was like, bye Ken, finna take my ass home. Oh, Martell, yeah, I'll go over there and train you. That's what it was giving. Then I'm thinking, Minaj was asking her those questions and stuff. And when I started thinking about how we all people was trying to figure out like, oh, did she go over Mel's house when they was married? Mel trying to figure out which one of my houses you went to because you went to Martell's house. Do we really know that she went to Martell's house? Even if she went, because if she met if Martell hopped in her DMs back in the day, she didn't wait years to go over his house. I don't know. She might have went to one of Chris Fletcher's houses. Chris Fletcher, the one who hooked her up. Chris Fletcher could have been like, hey, you can come over to one of my houses. We know that he's a real estate agent. So he has houses that are available, furnished. Martell was just squatting at one of his houses before he got his own place to live. So I'm saying, we don't necessarily know if this girl even went to one of Mel's houses. She could have went over to one of Martell, jump off houses where he take his hoes. Maybe Chris Fletcher said, hey, you could take her to one of the houses I'm leasing. I don't know. I'm just speculating, y'all. But that whole story, it still sounded convoluted. Nobody really got the timelines right. It was still kind of all over the place. And every time Minaj would try to clarify, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like she was getting frustrated and she was talking in circles and stuff. And I just got the feeling that she really is socially awkward, or maybe she has anxiety. Like I have really bad anxiety too. But notice I always gotta have something in my hand. I'm always messing with my, my hair and stuff. And I used to be really flustered like that with words. It just took a long time for me to, kind of get it together or whatever. But that's because I'm social. But if you ain't social, then I could see a person communicating the way Trish does. But I'm sure it was frustrating because she, like I said, she kept talking in circles. She wasn't clearly answering certain questions. Like Milachan asked her, why didn't she tell Mel that she was gonna leave when they were on the trip? And she kept harping on the fact that everybody made it awkward on the trip and she just wanted to leave. And Milachan was like, hold on, let me break this down kindergarten style for you. I understand everyone made it awkward for you, but still, if this lady was inviting you on a trip, she even gave her an analogy. Like, if you invited me over to your home, I wouldn't just pack my shit up and leave. I would say bye to you. And she's like, no, because everybody was making it awkward. And I'm sure in the content creator head, she like, hold on. Now, say for example, we're on this interview together. We're not just going to hang up. I'm going to say goodbye. You're going to say goodbye. Anyway, Trish was like, I don't give a fuck about none of that because I don't want to have to lean in. I said they made it awkward. I was like, oh my Lord. I just don't think she grasped the what the exact question was and what Milachan, what the answer that we were trying to get from her, because she got frustrated and kept kind of talking in circles and stuff. So I was like, oh my Lord, I kind of feel bad for her. Anyway, child. She also asked her why her divorce was taking so long, why she didn't get a divorce. She was basically saying she wasn't tripping off of it. She was like, Marquez was out of sight, out of mind. She was supportive of him going to Atlanta. She told him, hey, if you go to Atlanta, if you need anything, I'll help you. And she said she was just too busy having fun with Ken. She said she finally found her happy place. Which that's what kind of touched my heart, because they also talked about her parents and stuff, and you can tell when they were talking about it, she just had like a blank stare at the screen. And like I said, who were we talking about? Miss Nell. It's around the holidays. People feel, you can't be so quick to judge. And I know I come on here and I talk shit about all of these dog assholes. But around the holidays, even like in my personal life, even if I'm at the gas station, I'm at Walmart, I'm always extra sensitive to people because you never know what a person is going through. And sometimes the holidays can kind of make or break your spirit. So I was just like, oh, okay, you know, this girl, she probably do need grief counseling, which is what Milachan kept suggesting to her. Like, you need to go to therapy, you need to go to grief counseling, deal with your own personal shit or whatever. But you can tell she was kind of happy to be, she said at the end, like, I'm happy, you know, this interview helped. I may go back to the show because I'm trying to, you know, I'm kind of figuring out this reality TV shit. She never really answered the question about why she ain't say nothing to Mel. She also talked about the last episode. Remember, I told y'all that Ken did invite Marquez up, and Trish was the one who started the drama and was like, nah, nigga, don't come up here, I don't fuck with you. And she admitted, she said, no, I was the one who did that. Ken was the one who was trying to include you. So shout out to Diana Rose. She was right with that tea. What else did she say, y'all? About the Ken stuff. Oh, she said she did say she was gonna slap Mel. But I assume she was saying it. She said she was kind of saying it like in a joking matter. She said they was both pissing her off, which Mel was being messy. It was funny. It was funny, and you deserved it for being in her motherfucking face, playing in her face and coming on her trip and not telling her about Martell. So now you pissed off. You talking about slapping the black off of slapping the gray eyes off of Marquez and slapping the braids off my good sis Mel. I thought that was funny. The people in the comments was going up. I know she wasn't talking about slapping Mel and da-da-da-da. Bitch, girl, I love Mel just as well as everybody else, but Mel was being messy, but Trish deserved it. So don't get mad at that girl. Y'all know she can't communicate well, so she couldn't throw shade and have a battle of the wits with Mel. That wouldn't have worked. You see, she failed at that. So she got frustrated. It was drunk and was like, go down the line and slap all of y'all. I don't think Mel took it seriously because I think Mel would have been pissed in that scene has she taken whatever Trish said that seriously. Anyway, and Mel was picking with her. Mel was like, I think y'all still in love. Mel, I think they still in love too. But let's not act like Mel wasn't being messy and just messing with the girl. Exactly. She deserved it, but I don't think it was as serious as people trying to make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so one thing she said about Ken though, y'all. Why did she say, mind you, today Ken posted a new Instagram for him and Trish called Mr. and Mrs. Muscles. Shout out to Marquez, because Marquez gave them that name and told them they need to start promoting their shit now that they on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So y'all be talking about Marquez and he's slow and da-da-da. Obviously, he's still smart in some ways as well. She said he kept a good job. Well, she said he was on and off with the jobs. And Trish is a very intelligent lady herself. You know what I'm saying? She's been an engineer. The moral of the story is Marquez gave them that idea. So they started a new Instagram for Mr. and Mrs. Muscles. And he also started a new Instagram for 2 Wicked, his podcast. And he posted today like clockwork. Ken is a clout chaser. And I'm going to tell you why. Tell me why she said that when she first met Ken, he wasn't in a relationship with that girl. She said that Ken was adamant about him not wanting to get married, which is a stark difference from now he's pressing you about getting married. Mind you, they only been together for 2 years, allegedly. That's what she's telling us, which that's neither here nor there. What changed to make this man adamantly go from I don't want to ever get married to now I want to marry Trish? It's giving, you saw the opportunity, because she said she knew that Chris Fletcher was her cousin. Chris Fletcher is her mother's cousin. Chris Fletcher is Trish's mother's cousin. So that's her cousin. And she knew that Chris Fletcher was on the show. It's giving Ken got with her, knew that her cousins and them was on the show, saw an opportunity to get on the show because he's a clout chaser and he wants to be famous. Remember, he's a model, he's an actor. Exactly. And used Trish, made her get on the show or whatever so he can get some clout and some fame. That's what it's giving. Next season, even if you bring Trish back, I want to see Trish and Marquez co-parenting, going through that crazy nonsense, getting both of them need some help, getting their lives together. Because it seemed like both of them might get a little tipsy. It seemed like both of y'all might get a little tipsy and act a little crazy. That's what it's giving, poo-poo. Anyway, so I found that odd. And remember when I told y'all he had his scene with his tall friend, the one he got the pot, I think his name Will or Mike. I told y'all I stalked his Instagram. Remember when he told him when they were sitting at the bar with the 3 blind mice? When the 3 blind mice wasn't looking. Remember the 3 dudes at the bar? Anyway, when Ken was telling him that he would marry Trish if she didn't, if she got her divorce final, remember I told y'all his friend gave him a look like, yeah, right, nigga. And that's his day one. It's giving, nigga, you never wanted to be married. You always was really adamant about you don't really want to get married. And now you just playing a role like you really want to marry this girl because your best friend didn't even believe you when you said that. But the audience, we all thought, oh, Ken really want to marry you and Trish not sure whether she want to marry him. Do we know that Ken really wanted to marry her? And if so, was it for the right reasons? Or did he get that other girl, his other daughter, to come over there with Trish and then play one big blended happy family for the TV so he could get the clout? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. She said her and Marquez still not legally divorced. They signed all the paperwork, but I'm assuming they going through, you know, the courts, alimony, child support, all of the things. There were a whole bunch of comments. Millichan was reading some of the comments, and then after Trish hung up, she was reading some of the other comments. It was a lot of content creators in there and stuff. This all I'm gonna say. I see why a lot of people think Love and Marriage Huntsville fans are toxic. Because I could curse every last one of these dog ass bitches out every day of the week. But I will always be empathetic or compassionate when they have a soft moment because I'm a human at the end of the day. Outside of the show and a fan of the show, outside of a fan of Melody or Destiny or the Scotts, I'm a person at the end of the day. So some of the shit was like, damn, bitch, it's the holidays. It's the holidays. Relax, bitch. Exactly. Fucking relax, bitch. Anyway, I thought the interview was good. Like I said, Trish still a little crazy, a little haywire, but I liked her a little bit more. The fact that she's been a NASA engineer for 18 years, she earned the respect of me. I would like to see Marquez in her back. Maybe she'll, get her speech together. Maybe she'll get her speech together. If we've been dealing with speech impediment Tisha for all of these years, at least we could deal with a bitch that work at NASA. That's just how I feel, child. Anyway, so if I do an interview, I promise I'll end up cursing all of y'all out. Y'all start acting crazy on my shit. But that's neither here nor there. It was a really good interview. Millichan did a great job with her. I actually thought Trish came off more relatable than she did in all of her other interviews. Anyway, so I wish them the best. Tell me, do y'all want to see Marquez, Ken, and Trish back if they get another season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, which I don't know if they are, based on what Carlos King talking about. Let's move on. What we want to talk about now? Okay, let's talk about Erica apologizing to Nicki. So Erica got on this podcast. So Erica got a new show on Zeus. Is it Zeus or Now That's TV? It's one of them little bootleg channels. I think it's Zeus, child. It's giving Tila Tequila, so she's doing like a flavor of love, but a flavor of Hispanic, might be racist love. Y'all know how Erica get down. Shout out to Erica though. Erica is another Scorpio. Y'all know y'all be so tired of me talking about Scorpios, but I'm sorry. The Scorpio girlies always give good TV, whether they right, wrong, or indifferent. Erica is diabolical. She's a Scorpio. Heavenly, diabolical. She's a Scorpio. Phaedra, y'all think Phaedra trifling, but she's my bitch to the end. I love me some Faye Faye. Exactly. Jocelyn ass dragging hoes through arenas. Y'all call her the coked out Cookie Monster or whatever. I still love me some Jocelyn Hernandez. Melody, still love the queen of reality TV in this bitch. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Erica, she back on reality TV. She gonna be on her little Flavor of Love dating show. She gonna be dating girls and boys. And in a trailer, y'all, even in a trailer, I think she kissed about 6 people in the trailer. I'm talking about in the mouth, tongue them down. I was like, do Mono still exist? Y'all remember Mono? Like, bitch, ain't no way. I am very selective about the person I kiss. Damn, back in my drunk college days, I used to kiss people in the club, and I used to hang out with white girls too, so. So you know how that go. Anyway, so tell me if y'all go watch Erica's new show. But anyway, so she was doing promo for her new show or whatever, and she started talking about Safaree once again. Girl, and she said Safaree did her exactly how he did Nicki Minaj. She said when she first met Safaree, he used to show videos of Nicki Minaj when he was claiming that he wrote for her and stuff. And he used to pass this video all around the industry. She said she believed all of the shit he used to say about Nicki Minaj. That's why she started throwing shade at Nicki Minaj. She said that basically he did all the same shit to her. And she was like, I owe that woman nothing but a big apology. She was like, I owe her an apology because I was wrong. And a lot of times girls get with dudes and be believing that shit. And I was like, okay, did we really got a moment of sincerity from Erica Mena? Because I know a lot of girls who get with dudes and believe, and girl, fuck that bitch. And that's why when I meet dudes, I be like, what would your ex tell me if I met her? That's what I want to know. Because the dude gonna tell you, she was crazy. Nah, what did you do? And tell me. I'll call her now. I'll find that bitch. Don't tell me just anything, because if we get into a serious relationship, I'm bound to meet her one day. So yeah, I was here for her. I'm glad she said that, because like I said, a lot of girls get with dudes and the first thing they say is, she crazy, she crazy. My ex, she crazy. Well, why he on my phone all the time? Exactly. It ain't just a cat girl, I guess. In other news, Tasha K is reporting. Mind you, I'm prefacing this with Tasha K. Tasha K is reporting that young Joc and Kendra from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you know, the loud one who always threatening to divorce him and shit, girl, child. So apparently she's saying that the streets are saying that Joc and Kendra filed for divorce. They only been married for 3 years. If they are, I don't know. This is how I feel. Kendra always threatening to divorce him, so this probably just another one of the times that she's threatening to divorce because she done heard about some girl or something that happened or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is probably run-of-the-mill stuff. I looked on their Instagrams. They spent Thanksgiving together. You know, she ain't deleting no pictures of her and Joc and all of that other stuff. So it may just be like another Atlanta rumor. Or he got caught with the, you know, with the new baby mama, or some girl came to her talking about he licked her toes behind the club. Who knows? Anyway, tell me what y'all think about that. I'm finna be out later on today. I'm gonna check out Messy Mondays or Mental Mondays, all of the Mondays, child. I wonder what, this is what I want to know. I want to know when Carlos King get on his Monday nights tonight. First of all, who gonna be the guest? Because you ran out of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Is it gonna be Bell Collective, or are you gonna Glenn them already been on there? Is Akeisha gonna be? I don't know. Who do y'all think the guest gonna be for Mental Monday tonight? And I want to know, is he gonna get up on this damn podcast and play in our face and act like these two didn't have a side hoe event, a convention or event the other night, and blast two of the main cast members? If this man really get on his podcast tonight and don't address the fact that two of your biggest main stars had the biggest drama over the weekend of any reality TV show, then I might have to clock out, y'all. We might have to start watching Discovery Channel and focusing on fashion or something. You know what I'm saying? Because this will be comedy, and don't play in our face like that. You bet not come and sit in that closet and start snickling and giggling about Africans, housewives, Bravo events, black cards. You and Dustin might be fucking around. We don't give a fuck if you and Dustin fucking around. You better come talk about what happened. Anyway, if not, I might be here tonight. Because I'm going to talk about what happened on Mental Mondays. Tell me what y'all thought about Trish's interview. Joc, is he on his 47th baby mama? Is Kendra going to leave him? And tell me what y'all think about Erica finally apologizing to Nicki Minaj. Do y'all think Nicki Minaj... I'm laughing, child, because the Barbs ain't even forgave me. And I ain't talked shit in many years about this bitch. Do y'all think the Barbs and Nicki Minaj gonna accept Erica Mena apology? No, because Nicki is bitter. Anyway, I guess Barbs, don't kill me in the comments, friend. Anyway, love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later on today. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and make sure you comment. If you is at work, girl, let's snickle and giggle. I got a few more hours to go. And if you off, stay off that alcohol. Stay off that liquor. Anyway, bye, friend. I'll talk to you later.